This is Tank's vlog for January 16th, 2018, wrapping up today in sports. It was the NBA Finals in January, as the NBA celebrated Martin Luther King Day with a few marquee matchups and rivalries, the biggest of which was the Golden State Warriors taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers for the second time this season. The two teams have met in the finals the last 3 seasons and have become heated rivals. And whenever they play, it becomes a national televised game. They met first on Christmas with the Warriors winning in Oakland. And since then, the Cavaliers have been on an absolute tailspin. They lost 7-9 coming in. But coming home, they hoped they could get things going in the right direction. But alas, the Cavaliers continue to play like the Cleveland Cadabers. They had a lead, a 7-point lead at the half, but Golden State steamrolled them in the third quarter, outscoring Cleveland 36-27 on the way to a 118-108 win. The Warriors have been especially good away from the Bay Area. They're 20-3 on the road. Of course, the Cavaliers had nothing else to do but turn off the hot water, hoping somehow to cool off the Golden State Warriors. Cleveland. You know, we've seen the Cavaliers do this before, where they've struggled in January, and come April, the bell rings, and they make that run and get to the NBA Finals. But right now, I just don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen this year. I mean, LeBron James is a year older. You know, he's been to the Finals so many straight years now. He's been 7 straight years. I mean, is he starting to wear down? Is that motor starting to run out a little bit? That's what we're going to have to see. Especially with Boston. I mean, Kyrie Irving's having an MVP-type season up there. I'd say right now the Celtics are definitely the top team. Well, they are the top team in the East. But right now, I'd say the Celtics are the favorite to go to the NBA Finals. Earlier, it was the Knicks winning a rare road game, going across the East River and beating the Brooklyn Nets 119-104. It was the Clippers beating the Rockets tonight 113-102 as Chris Paul played his first game against his old team at the Staples Center. It was the Hornets stinging the Pistons 118-107. It was the 76ers 117-111 over Toronto. Very good game for 76ers. It was the Bucks over the Wizards 104-95. The Hawks stunned the Spurs 102-99. The Bulls cooled off the Heat 119-111. It was the Grizzlies ending the Lakers' winning streak with a 123-114 win in Memphis. The Thunder overcame the ejection of Russell Westbrook to beat the Kings 95-88. And the Pacers hit all the right notes as they beat the Utah Jazz 109-94. In the NHL, late night for the NHL, it was the Stars over the Bruins in overtime. The Avalanche beat the Ducks 3-1. The Sharks beat the Kings 4-1. And the Islanders in Montreal beat the Canadiens 5-4 in overtime. Today's 3 stars are Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek Freak, scored 27 points with 20 boards as the Bucks beat the Wizards. Kevin Durant, who had 32 points and 5 rebounds with 8 assists in the Warriors' win over the Cavs. And John Tavares of the Islanders, who scored twice, including in overtime, is our third star. Today's birthday shout-out goes to Albert Pujols, who's still one of the top home run hitters. He's over 600 home runs now. Possible chance if he plays another few years at his pace, he could get to 700. It's going to be a little tough, though. He's not as good as he used to be, and he started to break down, but he turns 38 today. And we take a look back 30 years ago to the fall of Jimmy the Greek. This guy made gambling acceptable. It was like everyone tuned into the NFL pregame show on CBS, the NFL Today, to see exactly what he was going to predict. And one day at a restaurant, he just happened to be interviewed on Martin Luther King Day. He said some things that were kind of outlandish. I mean, it wasn't definitely racial in nature. And the next morning, CBS decided to fire him. And he never recovered. He never got another job. My theory's always been that CBS was just looking for an excuse to get rid of him and use this as the reason. But Jimmy the Greek was definitely a fascinating figure. And he is the one that really made predicting games on TV and telling you what the final score is going to be. I mean, he brought that out. And this guy, even before he was on TV, was an odds maker, and he was the one that would set these lines. So take a look at the story at Barstool Sports and Sports Encyclopedia, where sports history lives. Good day.